Jasmine hadn't eaten in 3 days. Darius had everything: money, love, a perfect life. But in one night, everything changed for both of them. Let's dive into how it all began. The early morning mist hung over Kigali like a soft blanket. Jasmine walked slowly through the wealthy Nyarutarama district, her old broom scraping against the clean streets. Her worn shoes made quiet sounds on the pavement as she collected trash from the fancy houses. She stopped at a large garbage bin outside a beautiful white house. The morning sun was just beginning to shine through the fog. Jasmine opened the bin and started sorting through the waste. Rich people threw away so much food. "These banana peels are still good," she whispered to herself. "My children can eat them." As she reached deeper into the bin, her fingers touched something smooth. She pulled out a crumpled piece of paper. It was golden yellow and had numbers printed on it. Her heart started beating faster. "A lottery ticket?" she said quietly. Jasmine looked around to make sure no one was watching. She carefully unfolded the paper. The numbers were clear: 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42. At the bottom, it said, "Grand prize, 50 million Rwandan francs." Her hands began to shake. 50 million francs. She could buy a house, send her children to school, maybe even start a small business. For the first time in years, Jasmine smiled with real hope. "Excuse me, miss!" a man's voice called out behind her. Jasmine quickly hid the ticket in her apron pocket and turned around. A tall man in an expensive suit was running toward her. His face looked worried and desperate. "What do you want?" Jasmine asked, stepping back. The man stopped in front of her, breathing heavily. "I saw you at that garbage bin. Did you find anything there?" "I don't know what you're talking about," Jasmine said carefully. "Please, I'm begging you. I threw away a lottery ticket by mistake. It was in a small envelope with some papers. Did you see it?" Jasmine's heart pounded. She looked at the man's expensive clothes and shiny shoes. He was clearly very rich already. "Why should I believe you?" "Because I'm telling the truth," the man said desperately. "My name is Darius. I live in that house right there. I was cleaning my desk and threw away the wrong papers." "Even if I found something, why would I give it to you?" Jasmine asked. "Rich people have everything already." Darius looked at her with sad eyes. "You're right. I do have money. But that ticket? It's worth 50 million francs. I can pay you for it." "How much?" Jasmine asked. 50,000 francs. That's more money than most people make in a year. Jasmine thought about her children at home. They needed new clothes and shoes. 50,000 francs would help, but 50 million would change their lives forever. "I want to see the money first," she said. "Come with me to my house. I'll get it for you right now." Jasmine looked at Darius's honest face. Something told her she could trust him. "Okay, but no tricks." "No tricks," Darius promised. "Just follow me." Darius's house was even more beautiful inside than outside. Jasmine had never seen such expensive furniture and decorations. The floors were so clean, they reflected the ceiling lights. "Please sit down," Darius said, pointing to a leather chair. "I'll get your money from upstairs." Jasmine sat down carefully, afraid to touch anything. She could hear Darius's footsteps walking up the stairs. Then she heard other voices coming from above. "When will you tell him?" a woman's voice asked. "Soon," a man replied. "Darius is too stupid to figure it out himself." The woman laughed. "Poor Darius. He works so hard at his coffee business while we have fun together." Jasmine's eyes widened. She realized she was hearing Darius's wife talking to another man. Her heart felt sad for Darius. Suddenly, there was a loud crash from upstairs. Then shouting. "What are you doing in my bedroom?" Darius's voice was full of anger and pain. "Darius, I can explain," the woman said. "Explain what? That you're sleeping with my business partner? That you've been lying to me?" "It's not what you think," the other man said. Get out! Both of you get out of my house! Jasmine heard footsteps running down the stairs. A beautiful woman in a silk nightgown ran past her, followed by a man in a business suit. They didn't even look at Jasmine as they rushed out the front door. Darius came down the stairs slowly. His face was red and tears were in his eyes. He looked at Jasmine and shook his head. "I'm sorry you had to hear that," he said quietly. "My wife, my marriage, everything is destroyed." Jasmine felt sorry for him. "I'm sorry too." Darius sat down on his expensive sofa and put his head in his hands. His whole body was shaking. Jasmine didn't know what to do, so she just sat quietly and waited. 20 years, Darius said without looking up. 20 years I've been married to Zara. I built my coffee business for her. I bought this house for her. I gave her everything. "I'm sorry," Jasmine said softly. "And Bosco. He was my best friend. We started the business together. I trusted him with my money, my secrets, my life." Darius finally looked up at Jasmine. His eyes were red from crying. "Do you know what the worst part is?" "What?" "I still love her. Even after seeing her with him, I still love her." Jasmine reached into her apron pocket and pulled out the lottery ticket. She held it out to Darius. "Here, take your ticket back." "What?" "No, I promised to pay you. Keep your money. You need it more than I do right now." Darius stared at the ticket in her hands. 50 million francs, you know what? Money can't fix a broken heart. Money can't bring back trust. Money can't make someone love you. "That's true," Jasmine said, "but money can help you start over." "You're a wise woman," Darius said. "What's your name?" "Jasmine." "Jasmine, you could have kept this ticket and become rich. Why are you giving it back to me?" "Because it's not mine. My grandmother taught me that stolen happiness never lasts." Darius smiled for the first time. "Your grandmother sounds like a smart woman." The front door slammed open. Zara walked in wearing a beautiful dress and carrying a folder. Her face was cold and angry. "Darius, we need to talk," she said, then noticed Jasmine sitting there. "Who is this woman? Why is there a street cleaner in our house?" "Her name is Jasmine," Darius said, standing up. "And she's my guest." Zara looked at Jasmine with disgust. "Get out! This is family business." "I should go," Jasmine said, starting to stand. "No, stay," Darius said firmly. "Whatever you have to say, Zara, you can say it in front of her." Zara threw the folder on the coffee table. "Fine. Those are divorce papers. I want you to sign them." Darius picked up the folder and looked through the papers. "You want half of everything. The house, the business, even my savings account. I'm entitled to half. I was your wife for 20 years. "You were sleeping with my business partner for how long?" Darius asked. "That's not important now." "It's very important to me." Darius's voice got louder. "How long, Zara?" Zara looked away. 2 years. 2 years! Darius threw the papers back on the table. 2 years you've been lying to me. 2 years you've been stealing from me. And now you want half of everything? I fell in love with Bosco. These things happen. Love? Darius laughed bitterly. You don't know what love is. Love is faithful. Love is honest. Love doesn't betray. Just sign the papers, Darius. Make this easy for both of us. And if I don't sign, then I'll take you to court. I'll get half anyway, plus lawyer fees. Jasmine watched this conversation with growing anger. She had never seen anyone so cold and greedy. I need time to think, Darius said finally. You have 1 week, Zara said. Then I'm filing the papers whether you sign or not. She walked toward the door, then turned back. And get that woman out of my house. It's not your house anymore, Darius said quietly. After Zara left, Darius and Jasmine sat in silence for a long time. Finally, Darius spoke. She doesn't deserve half of my money." "You're right," Jasmine agreed. "But what can you do?" Darius looked at the lottery ticket still in Jasmine's hand. "I have an idea, but I need your help." "What kind of help?" "I want you to claim the lottery prize for me." Jasmine's eyes widened. "What? Why?" "Because if I claim it myself, Zara will find out. She'll demand half of the 50 million francs in the divorce." "But that's..." Jasmine thought about it. "That's a lot of money to trust someone with." "I know, but I trust you. You already gave the ticket back to me once." "What would I get out of it?" 20%, 10 million francs. Jasmine couldn't believe what she was hearing. 10 million francs was more money than she could spend in 3 lifetimes. "There's one problem," she said slowly. "What if the government asks questions? What if they want to know where I got the ticket? We'll say I gave it to you as a gift. Rich people give gifts to their servants all the time. I'm not your servant." "I know. I'm sorry. I meant..." "We'll say you work for me, cleaning my house or something." Jasmine thought about her children at home. They needed food, clothes, school fees. 10 million francs would solve all their problems forever. "What about you?" she asked. "If I claim the money, how will you get your share?" "I'll disappear for a while, live like a poor man. When Zara thinks I have nothing, she'll give me the divorce without asking for anything. That's a dangerous plan. What if something goes wrong? Then I'll lose everything anyway. At least this way, I have a chance." Jasmine looked at Darius's honest face. She thought about her grandmother's words about helping others in need. "Okay," she said finally. "I'll help you." 3 days later, Jasmine stood in the Rwanda National Lottery office in downtown Kigali. Her hands were shaking as she gave the ticket to the clerk behind the counter. "Congratulations, madam," the clerk said with a big smile. "You've won the grand prize." "How much is it?" Jasmine asked, even though she already knew. 50 million Rwandan francs. You're very lucky." Lucky. Jasmine thought about all the years of cleaning streets, all the nights her children went to bed hungry, all the times she couldn't afford medicine when they were sick. Was this really luck? Or was it something else? "We'll need to verify the ticket and process the paperwork," the clerk continued. "Can you come back tomorrow with your identification?" "Yes, I can do that." "And ma'am, you might want to think about what you'll do with all that money. It's a life-changing amount." Jasmine nodded. "I already know what I'm going to do with it." The next day, Jasmine returned with her identification card. The lottery officials took pictures of her holding the giant check. They asked her how she felt about winning. "I feel grateful," she said simply. "This money will help my family and my community." When she left the lottery office, Jasmine carried a bank receipt showing 50 million francs in her new account. She had never seen so many zeros before. Her first stop was to buy food for her children. Her second stop was to find Darius and tell him the plan had worked. That evening, Zara sat in her sister's house drinking tea and complaining about Darius. "He's being so stubborn about the divorce," she told her sister Mercy. "He won't sign the papers." "Maybe he still loves you," Mercy suggested. "I don't care if he loves me. I want my money." Mercy's neighbor, Mrs. Uwimana, knocked on the door. She was known throughout the neighborhood for knowing everyone's business. "Have you heard the news?" Mrs. Uwimana asked excitedly. "What news?" Zara asked. "Someone from Nyarutarama won the lottery. 50 million francs. Zara's teacup stopped halfway to her mouth. "Who won?" "A woman named Jasmine. She cleans houses in the rich area. They showed her picture in the newspaper." "Jasmine?" Zara remembered the woman in her living room. "What does she look like?" "Small, thin, about 30 years old, very poor looking." Zara's face went white. "That's the woman who was in my house with Darius." "You know her?" She works for my husband. Zara stood up quickly. I have to go. Where are you going? Mercy asked. To get what's mine, Zara said, already heading for the door. As she walked home, Zara's mind raced. 50 million francs was much more than half of Darius's business. If that cleaning woman got the money from Darius, then Zara deserved half of it in the divorce. She would find Darius and demand her share. No one was going to cheat her out of that much money. 2 weeks later, Darius sat on a dirty blanket in Kimisagara Market, dressed in torn clothes. His hair was messy and his face was dirty. No one would recognize the successful businessman he used to be. Brother, can you spare some money for food? He asked people walking by. Most people ignored him, but a few gave him small coins. This was harder than he thought it would be. Darius? A soft voice called. He looked up and saw Jasmine carrying a basket of vegetables. She was wearing a new dress and looked healthier than before. What are you doing here? He whispered. I come to this market every day. I needed to find you. She sat down beside him. How are you managing? It's difficult. I sleep in an abandoned building. I eat whatever people give me. This is too much. You don't have to live like this. Yes, I do. Yesterday, Zara came to my old office looking for me. She's telling everyone I won the lottery. She's demanding half the money. Jasmine reached into her basket and pulled out some bread. Here, eat this. Thank you. Darius ate hungrily. How are your children? They're in school now. Good school. They have new uniforms, new books, everything they need. I'm glad. What about the rest of the money? I'm keeping it safe just like we planned. But Darius, I've been thinking... About what? We need to make Zara stop looking for you. She's getting suspicious. What do you mean? I bought your coffee business. Darius nearly choked on his bread. What? With the lottery money, I'm now the owner of Darius Coffee Exports. But why? Because now I can create problems for Zara. Legal problems, money problems, problems that will make her want to divorce you quickly. Darius stared at her. You're smarter than I thought. My grandmother always said, if you want to catch a greedy person, use their greed against them. The next morning, Bosco received a phone call at his office. Mr. Bosco, this is Jasmine, the new owner of Darius Coffee Exports. I've heard about you. You're the lottery winner. That's right. I'm calling because I found some problems with the company books. What kind of problems? It looks like someone has been stealing money from the business. The records show payments to fake suppliers, false expense reports, missing inventory. Bosco's voice became worried. I don't know anything about that. The police will be interested in these documents, unless ... Unless what? Unless you can help me find Darius. I need him to sign some papers. I don't know where he is. Then I guess I'll have to call the police about the stolen money. They'll want to question you and Zara. Wait. Why would they question Zara? Because she's married to Darius. She's legally responsible for his debts. Bosco was quiet for a long moment. What do you want me to do? Convince Zara to give Darius a divorce, fast, no demands, no conditions, just a simple divorce. And if she does, then I'll forget about the stolen money. The police will never see these documents. You're blackmailing us. I'm offering you a choice. Take it or leave it. After Bosco hung up, he immediately called Zara. We have a problem. What now? That lottery woman owns Darius's business now. She found evidence that we've been stealing money. How much does she know? Everything. She wants you to divorce Darius immediately or she'll call the police. Zara felt sick. We're trapped. 1 week later, Darius sat in a lawyer's office wearing clean clothes. Jasmine sat beside him, holding a folder. Mrs. Zara has agreed to sign the divorce papers, the lawyer said. No conditions, no claims. What changed her mind? Darius asked, though he already knew. She wants a fresh start with Mr. Bosco. Darius signed the papers without reading them. Is that everything? Yes, you're officially divorced. Outside, Darius took a deep breath. I'm free. How do you feel? Jasmine asked. Sad but lighter. 20 years and this is how it ends. Any regrets? She chose betrayal. I just made sure she didn't benefit from it. And the business? It's yours now. You'll run it better. What about Bosco? He'll live with the choices he made. That's enough punishment. They walked to Darius's modest car, a far cry from his old luxury one. Where will you go? Jasmine asked. Maybe travel. I've worked my whole life. It's time to live. Sounds good. And you? Take care of my kids. Maybe start a school, help my community. You've got a good heart, Jasmine. So do you. That's why I helped you. And that is how. Two complete strangers, one broken by betrayal, the other hardened by poverty, had their lives changed forever by just one single act of honesty. Not money, not power, not luck. What would you have done? If you found a lottery ticket in the trash, would you keep it? Would you give it back? Tell us in the comments. We want to hear your heart. If you enjoyed the story, hit that subscribe button. Now turn on notifications. Share this with someone who believes in goodness.